Namaskar. Friends, today being Independence Day for the nation, I would like to give a message what exactly independence means. For every one of us. The meaning of the word independence is to be self-reliant. What we have won from the hands of the British is political independence, and it is called collective independence. This collective independence enables us to live collectively. Because we have to live collectively when we have identified ourselves as a group. And when we want to have a separate, distinct identity of that group, then we fight for that cause, for that identity, a separate, distinct identity. When somebody attempts to rule us, when somebody attempts to make us slaves, when somebody wants to express the sovereignty over this identity, so this collective freedom is essential in order to maintain that distinct separate identity. And we have our own identity. We got that identity due to the sacrifices made by several hundreds of leaders seven decades ago. But then we have one more kind of independence that is called individual independence. We have collective independence and individual independence. Collective freedom and individual freedom. We have collective freedom as the speaker has just now said, why we need collective freedom in order to live collectively to assert our distinct group identity. But then in this collective group, there are individuals. The individuals constitute a group. There is this freedom on the other, and this is individual freedom. What is this? Seeking freedom for each individual. Collective freedom is from without. We have won the freedom from outside forces. But then inside we have inimical and hostile forces to which we have become slaves. And we need to release from all those inimical and hostile forces ruling us within. And we need to be freed from those inimical and hostile forces. When we are released from such hostile and inimical forces ruling us within, it is called individual freedom. Collective freedom is meant to live collectively in a society. Individual freedom is aimed at freeing oneself from all these inimical and hostile forces. This freedom also is essential as much as collective freedom. Until each individual is freed from these inimical and hostile forces which have colonized our life, our living. There is no meaning for the word freedom. So let's take an oath that we should be freed from all these inimical and hostile forces within us. And they are the potential causes for a disorder, not only in the individual but also in the society. We need to give more emphasis to this. Collectively, we have won the freedom and we have got our own nation and our own identity and our own flag, our own political systems to govern ourselves. We have become self-reliant collectively, but we need individual self-reliant. And this individual self-reliance is what is needed now at this juncture. Unless we are freed from these forces, these enemies, there is no meaning for the word freedom. So the speaker has, in this short and brief discourse, has distinguished two kinds of freedom: collective freedom and individual freedom. We need collective freedom in order to live collectively in the society, in order to have a separate, distinct identity for ourselves. But we need to have individual freedom, and that is what is now required. Namaskar.